Well, a journalist working at a UK tabloid newspaper, The Sun, and Anni Dewani's cousin, Sneha Mashru, have been called to testify against Shrien Dewani at the Western Cape High Court. Mashru had a close relationship with Anni Dewani. Nick Parker interviewed Dewani at the offices of his publicist, Max Clifford, a week after his wife's murder. Well, Parker says Shrien Dewani was calm but became distressed during certain parts of that interview. He also wanted the recorder to be turned off when questioned about his sexuality. Dewani made no mention of a helicopter trip he now claims he had planned for his new wife. Parker also interviewed Leopold Lesser, the male escort with whom Dewani had relations. In a letter sent to the newspaper by Dewani's solicitors at the time, he had denied meeting or contacting Lesser. Under cross-examination, Parker conceded that the newspaper could have paid Lesser's agent for the story, and his cousin Sneha Mashru has been testifying. The trial continues. Well, our reporter, that's Vanessa Puna, is on that developing story. Let's cross live to her now at the Western Cape High Court. Good afternoon, Vanessa, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
Good afternoon to you too.
Some emotional testimony, no doubt, in court today. How did Anni's cousin hold up? A lot riding on this testimony, one would think, for the state.
You're quite right. Sneha Mashru has spent the best part of today in the witness box here in the Western Cape High Court. Just a few minutes ago, she started answering questions from the defence, but the most part of the day she had been answering questions and also giving evidence in chief, led by State Prosecutor Shrien Dewani. Sneha Mashru started off describing her relationship with Anni, that they grew up together in Sweden, that shortly after she moved to the UK because she had found employment there, Anni joined her, and also that part of the reason was because by that time Anni had met Shrien Dewani and that they had started a relationship. This afternoon she also testified about the suspicions that she had around Shrien Dewani, specifically because of the communication that she had got from her cousin Anni before the wedding, as well as while she was on honeymoon. And then she also told the court that Shrien Dewani's behaviour when he returned to the UK after Anni's murder, she found it strange at a meeting at their home in Bristol. She told the court that his behaviour was controlling, and that also she caught a glimpse of a laptop computer on which Shrien Dewani had planned the funeral of Anni in the minutest detail about who would be sitting in the car with the body, and that kind of information that he had already planned on the spreadsheet. She told the court a short while ago that after her suspicions, she decided to take a hidden recorder with her into a meeting with Shrien Dewani, his family and her uncle, and that she had recorded the conversation that took place between Shrien Dewani, where the meeting was meant to clarify issues around what exactly happened here in South Africa that led to Anni's death, and also to get Shrien's point of view and his explanation of what had taken place. A short while ago, Defence Advocate Francois van Zyl started cross-examination of Sneha Mashru, and that is going on right now in the courtroom behind me.
Vanessa, the death of convicted murderer Xolile Mngeni, will this impact on the case at all? What is in the NPA saying? He wasn't supposed to testify anyway, was he?
Exactly. The word we received from the NPA after the death of Xolile Mngeni on Saturday afternoon was that it's not likely that his death will have any impact on this trial, and that he was not a witness on the witness list. You'd know that the witness list has been kept secret, but the NPA says that Mr. Mngeni was never going to be a witness in this case. Earlier this year, he fell very ill, was taken to the Groote Schuur Hospital. He had been suffering from a brain tumour. He underwent an operation in 2011, which delayed his trial significantly by a few months, but he had then been found fit to stand trial, and then in 2012 December he was sentenced to life imprisonment for Anni Dewani's murder. At the time he was found to have been the trigger man, the man who actually pulled the gun that killed Anni Dewani, but at this point in time the NPA says no, his death will not have an impact on the trial.
Thank you. The SABC's Vanessa Puna coming to us live from the steps of the Western Cape High Court.